Hey everybody, Jedi Jack Luther here, and those that have got me on Facebook got a hint and they know that tonight we're having What's in the Box. Doing things a little differently. Instead of unboxing the box and going through all that, that takes too much time. We've already opened the box and we're using the box like you see in like Let's Make a Deal where they got the box out there, they lift it up and that's your prize. And you can see hashtag what's in the box. Can't beat that. So if you're on Facebook, you saw a clue I left, and you're probably thinking, I ain't got a clue what that is. I couldn't even guess. Well, that's good. But if you could guess, you probably wouldn't even got it. What's in the box tonight is it's all the way from 1985. We went back a long ways. And I guarantee you, when you see this, you're going to flip out because some of you have never seen this toy before. Some of you don't even remember it. So here we go. What's in the box? I'll show you what's in the box. From 1985, it is from the toy line Wheeled Warriors. This is the leader of the bad guys. His name's Sawboss. And what you saw, oops, he just threw up on the screen. What you saw were the eyes of Sawboss that I had taken a close-up of. That's what you saw. You can put this back in here. By the way, this was what came in. This was their driver, which was a green squishy brain. That's cool right there. 80s toys were just the best. Wheeled Warriors was a very eclectic. Boy, if I do it like this, you can't even see my mouth, can you? I can be sticking my tongue out at you, and you wouldn't even notice. Not doing that. Wheeled Warriors were an eclectic toy. It came out, it was from Mattel, and the premise of the toy was there were these 4 white vehicles, and each one had a specialized weapon. And they fought. The good guys were called the Lightning League. And they were 4 white vehicles, like white knights. Each had a special accessory and then a bunch of weapons. And the weapons plugged in and out so you could exchange the weapons all over each vehicle. It came with a bunch of different tires and everything. So you could customize your own vehicle how you wanted it. The bad guys were basically the same thing. They were all plant-based creatures. And I do have a thing for plants. I got Swamp Thing. I got Tendril from the Inhumanoids. I mean, it's just plants are cool. For some reason, most of them are always bad guys. Never figure that out. Sawboss here is the leader of the Monster Minds. And they're vehicles, but they have plant weapons on them. Sawboss, of course, has this big, huge vine with a gold saw blade. There's a ball and socket joint here, which would make it go in any direction, but because they put these 2 side vines, it basically can go up and down, giving it some mobility. But it'd be better if it could go side to side. But I guess up and down is. This Sawboss I just got in the mail today, is, believe it or not, 100% complete. These toys are incredibly hard to find complete because the weapons popped off. So if you had 2 or 3 of them and then you went off and bought an accessory pack, you threw them all in a bag, you had no way of knowing what went with what, which has plagued a lot of collectors. Retro Blasting on their channel, Michael just did it. He did a video where he literally went through and made a guide to what everything came with, and it's pretty accurate. I compared his video to another website which supposedly sells these, but they're all out of stock. But the pictures of them have all the stuff they come with. So when I cross-referenced what Retro Blasting did, it matched that one. So I'm going to say this is 100% complete. It's a beautiful. These are beautiful toys, but they're amazingly expensive if you get them complete. Even if you don't get them complete, they can carry a hefty price tag. They weren't very popular. The cartoon had really nothing to do with the toys. Hang on, tea break. The cartoon was Jace and the Wheeled Warriors, and they did everything but use the toys. So they didn't match up very well. I originally had Drill Sergeant. He was one of the good guys. It was this vehicle. It had a double pod hatch on it. It had a nice drill. It was really cool. And I had one bad guy. I had Gun Grinner. He's this character. He had this big tri-gun sticking out from his smiling face, which is really weird. And his arm extension had a four-way bola on it, and each ball had a little spike. I mean, it looked cool. The detail was of a plant machine. I never had Saw Boss, so when I had the money, I picked him up. These are absolutely beautiful toys when they're complete with the right accessories. They display very well. And in Saw Boss's case, the chrome on him is in really great condition. You know, a lot of toys that have chrome or chrome parts, after time, the chrome begins to wear off of them. Happens with a lot of toys. Transformers, Mask, Silverhawks, just the list goes on and on. But Saw Boss here is in impeccable shape. I mean, I should have paid a lot more for him just because of the condition he's in. So I was lucky to get him at the price I paid for him. I'm not going to say how much I got for him, but it was a pretty penny. It was not that cheap, but worth it to get it complete, that I don't have to hunt down individual pieces or go through and try to find certain ones, because it's hard to find, because a lot of people don't sell the accessories loose by themselves. Some of them do, but then you have to pray that you find the one you needed. So my advice, if you are picking these up, find them complete and just pay the price, or else you're going to spend forever on eBay trying to pick up parts just to complete one vehicle. And this Saw Boss is in really good shape. Literally, it looks like he came out of the package and he's just been hanging out for a while. You couldn't tell this toy is 33 years old or something like that. I mean, it's an old toy. This toy's older than some people I know, which is really funny. But I plan on getting at least one more. I'd like to get all the bad guys, because I think the bad guys are cool, and you see it's a running trend in with what I have. Except for Star Wars, the good guys have cooler ships. But look at He-Man. Skeletor's cooler than He-Man. The Inhumanoids, the bad guys, are insanely cool because they're huge. All the bad guys had cooler vehicles and cooler weapons and stuff. So when it comes to the Monster Minds, these guys just are really neat looking. The Lightning League is 4 white vehicles, and they have different parts. They have different special accessories, but they all kind of look similar. All of the Monster Minds are completely different. There's one called KO Cruiser, which is a blue truck with a big viney ball bearing on it. And then there's a Terror Tank. He's not really my favorite. He would probably be the last one I would ever get if I could find him. But these are great toys. And if you watch the cartoon or anything, you knew you had to pick these up. I don't know why my mom bought Drill Sergeant and Gun Grinner. I may have asked for them because they just look cool. When I was a kid in the 80s, toys just looked cool. They look better than anything that's out there now. Absolutely fantastic. Stuff from the 80s beats what we have now by a landslide. I would rather spend a lot of money on one good toy that's complete than put that money toward garbage that's out there now that's not really worth anything. Toys like this keep their inherent value. And if, he's going to be put on display, he's going to be kept safe, he's going to be kept clean, his value will still go up. Because later on, as they get even harder to find, he's complete. I don't have to do anything. So, I just love that fact. I'm also getting some masked vehicles in. I know I've done a lot of Star Wars on here, and I still love Star Wars. Trust me, you should. My Star Wars collection is insane. But I've kind of hit the edge to that, the vintage stuff. I don't like the new stuff anymore. New stuff just, like I said before, it just looks like garbage. It's horrible. I'm ashamed to say that those are toys that you would want to collect. That's just my opinion. I mean, if you love the new toys, if you love the new Star Wars figures, that's fine. That's what you like, go for it. Don't let me, I'm just saying from my point of view, for me, I just don't like them. I've tried to buy a few. I looked at them and it's like, they're not, it's not there. The magic is just not there. I don't think they can even, lace the shoes of the vintage Star Wars figures. Can't even come close. So I'm going to head on out. My time is starting to tick off on here. It's Monday, March 12th. My wife's birthday is in 2 days. So she gets a happy birthday shout out on what's in the box here. I will be back in a few days to show off some mask stuff that came in. Kind of setting you up for that one. But we're trying to, I'm liking these toys too much. And the Mask and Wheeled Warriors share special places in my memory. So for what's in the box, I'm Jedi Jack Luther. This here is Saw Boss. Hopefully I get at least one more within a week or so, if I'm lucky, and I can show that off too. Until then, I'll see you next time when I tell you to let's make a deal behind box number 1, and then you'll know what's in the box.